Hi there, it's Mark here, and I like talking about computers. And here I am in Hong Kong, just as promised. Anyway, I'm on my way down to the 298 computer market. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm walking, so I've got about a half-hour walk, and then I'm going to be meeting my wife in about 3 hours, so I better get going. And I'm here in one of Hong Kong's amazing gardens. These are like urban oases in what is a very crowded, very busy city. And I thought while we're here, while it's still quiet, I'll give you a bit of insight, advice, call it what you like, on what I'm going to do while I'm down at the computer market. Yes, I'm going to be looking around, seeing what's available, what's changed. But I have gone with a specific shopping list in mind. I want to get an outboard monitor that I can use with a Linux laptop. That means it needs to be a driverless monitor. And I want to get some cables as well. So without further ado, I'll show you a few more meters of footage. Does that make sense? Of this Hong Kong garden, and then I will put my phone away for a bit and do some serious walking, because we've still got a good 20 minutes to go from here. But I mean, I couldn't just not go through here. It really is nice, isn't it? Right, I'm going to shut up and get going. Back in about 20 minutes.
Hi there, voiceover Mark here. Well, I made it to the 298 computer zone, which is on Hennessy Road in Wan Chai. Unfortunately, it's really noisy here and very busy, and I couldn't record any sound on the microphone I had. So anyway, there are 3 floors inside, lots to see and do. So let's get started.
Right, so here we are, first floor. What I'm going to do now I'm here is go around all 3 floors, look at all the shops, see what's where, get an idea of which shops to hit. So let's go. Most of these outlets are for phones and tablets. That's what most people use nowadays. So you need to look a little bit further and a little bit harder, and you will find stores that sell computer systems, laptops like this one, some new, some second-hand, outlets for gamers who want big desktop systems, all the motherboards, video cards, gaming hardware. But this might get a little boring if I just walk around and show you 3 floors of shops without going in. So I'm going to shut off for now, have a good look around. When I find something interesting, I'll let you know. Shops like this one specialise in computer technology made by one particular manufacturer. And just down the hall, there is a whole shop dedicated just to printers, laser printers and inkjet printers. If you're into your photography or more serious about YouTube than I am, you've got a camera shop here. You can even get complete reels of cable to recable your house. Second-hand computer and repair places, one shop for network cables. Can you believe that? And over here, video cards. Sadly, since COVID, the Hong Kong economy has been hit very hard, and so we do see a number of closed shops like this one, and that's a great shame. This place used to be a lot busier in the past. And over here, you can buy mice and keyboards. That's all they have in this shop. And over here, networking hardware, Wi-Fi and cabled networks. Then first floor, something a bit more artistic. Again, more shops like on the ground floor, which specialise in computer repairs, more art, toys and modelling. As soon as you get onto the second floor, you've got home entertainment, and there's a laptop specialist over here. I'll be paying him a visit. And then around here, another shop that specialises in small electronic devices, alarm systems, electronic components, wiring. So if you're into building your own electronics, then this is certainly a place to come. Just make sure you come with a long list. Shops that sell things to protect your device, like your laptop, your keyboard, your phone. So I'm on the top floor of 298. I'm in front of a closed shop here. Anyway, I will now go and do a little bit of shopping. Right, I'm at the laptop shop on the 3rd floor, and I've found a shop that sells laptop side screens. I'm now going to test it. I've already asked the owner for permission to test and to film my testing it. The thing with a lot of these screens is that they require drivers for Windows or for Mac and may not work on Linux. So we need to test it here on Linux now. So I've got my laptop with me. I'm going to go ahead and set it up and then we'll give it a go. So here we are. I've got my laptop booted up into Linux. I'm using Ubuntu 24.04 and we're going to test this screen. We're going to try with the HDMI port first and then with the USB Type-C port. So let me just get rid of the VPN window which always comes up. Now start the machine. We don't need that here right now. And then we'll connect the device. Thank you, sir. And let's see what happens. And look at that. This is perfect. So now we've determined that the screen will work on HDMI. Just move the cables to one side and then check the display settings in Ubuntu. Sometimes the laptop will think the display is on the right when it's really on the left, and we need to fix that. Okay, so let's do a display settings. Okay. Button. And go to display settings. And indeed the built-in display, he does think, is to the left of the outboard one, so I'm going to slide it over and apply those settings. And I'm just going to check the resolution on this display because this appears to be, yes, it's a 1920 by 1200 display, so it's not the standard 1080p. So do you have a 1080p rather than 1920 by 1200? This is 1920 by 1200.
And you mean the resolution?
Yeah, resolution.
Yeah.
You see that? I know you can change it. Yeah, I know you can change it. Yeah, but you shouldn't do that with a flat panel display. Yeah. Do you have one that is natively 1920 by 1080?
This one auto setting.
Oh, really?
Cannot change.
Really? Well, I can do that. Apply. But if you change the resolution of the display, you have to be careful not to have issues with the clarity of the display when you reduce the resolution. Right? Do you have one that is 1920 by 1080 or 1920 by 1200? Like, for example, the 15.6 inch?
This one is the resolution is different. Your 16 is the resolution is the resolution is the same, but the size is little different. I can test you.
Okay, right. Well, we're going to disconnect this display now and then test another one and see if we get the same resolution as on the laptop screen. Okay, so we're trying another display here, and if we look at the resolution for this display, phone can focus. It's the same, believe me, it's the same as on the laptop screen, which is at 1080p. Hang on, I'm using the wrong hand for my mouse. to. And this display is running at its maximum resolution, so even though the other display is a bit bigger, which is nice, this one is probably a better choice. And I just need to rearrange it so that it is situated on the left of the laptop, which it is right now. I'm going to apply those changes. And there we go, 2 displays, and I'm going to just try a program. So let's fire up the Ubiquitous Visual Studio Code. Looking at some stuff I was doing earlier. And yeah, all looking good. So this young man has sold me this display. We're also going to test the Type-C connectivity, so we're just going to do that right now. And that works, except that the display is suddenly on the right again rather than on the left, but we can soon fix that. Just apply those changes. And there we are. Connection over USB-C. And I'm just going to let him pack it up, and then we can go.
VoiceOver Mark here, and we're looking at the inside of one of these displays that I've just bought. This guy makes them himself, and you can see here we've got the driver electronics on the left and all the control buttons on the right, and then on the right you can see the 2 circles there that are the speakers, and then in the middle you can put a battery if you want the display to have its own battery power, and then you put a laptop LCD screen on top, put a bezel on, and you're done. And that's how it's done. So thank you very much for showing that to me, and bye for now. Hi there. Well, all done at the 298 Computer Centre. I got everything I wanted. Unfortunately, I couldn't film my buying all the other pieces to go with the screen, so I'll do an unboxing session when we get back to the hotel. I'm now at a coffee shop that you'll only find in Hong Kong. This is Pacific Coffee. It's kind of like their local version of Starbucks or Costa, but you only find them here. And I quite enjoy my Pacific Coffee when I come here. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to wait for my wife to arrive, and I'm going to enjoy my oat milk latte. And I will see you later. So back in the hotel room, and you can see I've got this case for this screen. I had to buy that separately. And then inside you'll see the monitor. What you won't see is I also got a screen protector for it. And the monitor comes with its own little plastic stand just there, which is good enough to hold the monitor up on a table. And the cables that came with the monitor, which I'll explain in a moment. Right, let's set up this screen and see how it's done. I'm going to start with a mouse mat and a mouse, and I'll set up a keyboard. Yeah, I'm still using a laptop, don't worry. And then there's the stand, which I'll set off to the right over there. And then we'll grab the monitor itself, just set it down on the stand like that, and then connect at the power. There you go. So now we're going to connect to the video cable. Here's the video cable. We're using the HDMI cable because this laptop doesn't support USB Type-C video. So we'll stick the small end, the mini HDMI end, into the monitor, and then we'll leave the big end for now. Let's set up the laptop. So I'm opening up the laptop here, and I will connect up the power for the laptop. Yeah, and open it up, and it's already booted up into Windows. So we're almost ready. Just plug in the big end of the HDMI cable, just like that, and the monitor is connected. Just hit enter, and there we are in Windows. This monitor also supports USB Type-C connections to the laptop, but as I said, this laptop doesn't support video through USB Type-C. My other laptop, which I'm busy using to edit this video, does. If you're using USB Type-C, you can dispense with the external power, but I don't advise that because that means you're putting extra strain on hard to replace electronics inside your laptop. So it's always better to use external power. If you've watched this far, thank you very much. Please like, comment, subscribe and tell your friends, and let's all learn together and carry on coding. Take care everybody. Bye for now.